India is the burn capital of the world. A lot of people are, after this surgery or after this traumatized event, they're left disfigured.
Healing has to be a strong part of it, which is much more than just only removing the scars surgically, but giving them that psychosocial support.
What made Dr. Ahuja start this after years of surgical experience and into medical community and everything?
That Dr. Ahuja really thought about during COVID and how to design it and what it should entail.
So what challenges do you face on day-to-day basis, kind of?
People are not aware. People are aware about acid burn victims. People are aware about just having a deformity and saying कि अरे ये तो जला हुआ है, ये different है. If your body shape, your physical appearance, everything in society makes you stand out and be different.
तो वो साइकिक चेंज करने में ज़्यादा चैलेंज लगता है या प्रोसीजर करने में?
So it is a combined effort. It is a combined support that helps the person reform themselves and accept themselves.
But that scar is also, it becomes their identity. And उस identity से भागने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. It's a scar of victory.
First of all, the USP is that we are providing reconstructive surgery to underprivileged burn patients. हमें numbers नहीं बढ़ाने फाउंडेशन के, हमें उसकी मदद करनी है जिसकी मदद करके उसकी जिंदगी में मदद हो सके.
You guys are the real celebrities, yeah. You're the people, you're the change makers. That's what I like to call it. So welcome to the Attitude Show. Today I have Aarti Ahuja with me and we're going to talk about Burn Healing Foundation. So Aarti, first of all, very welcome on the show.
Hi Adi, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you. How about you?
Good.
All right. So I'm like, no, Aarti, first of all, thank you for taking this time out today to sit down and have this conversation. So basically, I'll just jump to the entire conversation. I'm like Burn Healing Foundation, right? Your father, Dr. Ahuja, right? And he started this. India is the burn capital of the world, right?
Yes.
है ना? That's what we call it,
Yeah.
right? But a lot of people are, after this surgery or after this traumatized event, they're left disfigured or maybe, socially ostracized and whatnot, right? So what made Dr. Ahuja start this after years of surgical experience and into medical community and everything?
So my dad, Dr. Rajiv Ahuja, has been a plastic surgeon and burn surgeon for almost 40 years. And he was head of department from Nana Azad Medical College and Lok Nayak Hospital. And through that, while working for poor burn patients, he not only got a chance to hear their stories and their plights, but he also got a chance to develop himself as a researcher and present these cases internationally. While doing so, I saw the entire journey from 96, from the first international conference where he started presenting papers more aggressively till 2016-17 when he became the president of the International Society of Burn Injuries. And he's the only Indian who achieved that. In all that time, what one major thing, the empathy in dealing with burn patients, the requirement for burn patients to be dealt as human beings first. In his department at Maulana Azad Medical College, there were only poor patients coming in, and poor patients from backgrounds that you and I sitting here can't imagine.
Correct.
Their lack of resources, their lack of finances made him work for them with his whole heart and soul. And then also at a bigger level for the third world income countries. He established a lot of new programs for International Society of Burn Injuries. He is also one of the founding members of the National Academy of Burns India, which is the premier peer organization for burn surgeons, and also Association of Plastic Surgeons of India. He's almost a founding member and today the chairman, the trustee of APSI. So in all of this, while researching on burn patients, he found out that what next? Acid victims are given their due. Immediate care for burn patients is given all that importance. But what after they're left deformed through a deformity, a physical deformity, and the mental and emotional deformity that doesn't allow them to get jobs, and how difficult it is for them to be accepted back in society. So in 2020, when the world was in lockdown, and it was the right point in time for us to begin this as a family, And I got onto it because I truly believe that healing has to be a strong part of it, which is much more than just only removing the scar surgically, but giving them that psychosocial support. So when the foundation's name was being decided, the work that he wanted to do to provide reconstructive surgery to the underprivileged burn patients, along with that, I said, let's provide healing also, because if we are healing the world together at one point, we can spread those energy and vibrations.
So,
So that is how the foundation came about, a professional dream and a personal vision combined together.
so one of the segments of the society, right? We all know about these challenges. Generally, you know about it when you're personally endured it in some way or the other. If your family member or relative आपके किसी परिवार दोस्त के साथ कुछ ऐसा हो जाए तब आपको पता लगता है. But I think जो इसको live कर रहे हैं, the people who are living this day in day out, and you're absolutely right. मतलब it's a very, when you said the personal vision along with the intent of healing people. I mean, like the happiness and the contentment you get, and enabling those people to face themselves in the mirror or maybe the society. Matlab, it's an absolutely good thing. But I just wanted to understand, like, you told me about Dr. Ahuja had plethora of experience. Of course, you mentioned he's a founding member and he's a top surgeon, right? But then when we talk about an NGO setup in India, it's not easy, right? मतलब आपने ये काम करना शुरू किया, डॉक्टर अर्जुन ने शुरू किया, आप उनकी विजन के साथ अटैच हो गए, and of course your vision is aligned with him. So how difficult it is? I'm like, foundation तो बन गया, but now it's been 5 years, right? You're into this setup. So what challenges do you face on day-to-day basis, kind of?
Our challenges are, first of all, for any foundation to work, the challenge is to have funding.
Correct.
So till now, our friends and family, and mostly doctor friends, have supported because they understand the cause.
Correct.
And we have not gone out to the community as such, but we have been making little awareness campaigns on social media and everything, and trying to inform people of why it is necessary to support a reconstructive surgery. Because the word itself is a very big word.
Correct.
The dictionary doesn't have something small to sell it. So the challenge becomes, how can we sell help?
Yes.
For any NGO today in India, how we sell the help that is required. The help that is required is the funding. Because we have our partner hospitals, 24 partner hospitals, who are vetted by Dr. Ahuja today himself to be on board. And there's an entire process, which I'll tell you a little later about.
Yeah.
Saying that, the challenge is that people are not aware. People are aware about acid burn victims. People are aware about just having a deformity and saying ki, "Arey, ye to jala hua hai, ye different hai." If your body shape, your physical appearance, everything in society makes you stand out and be different. If you're burnt and then you have those scars are not only emotional, but they are more than that. They remain with you as your identity.
Correct.
So that is where the entire work and challenge is, to create enough funding to not only be able to provide reconstructive surgery through our partner hospitals, but also run these programs, these initiatives that we want to run as a foundation to be able to remove the stigma around being burnt and being accepted in society.
So this was an idea about making this foundation, right? And of course, with Dr. Ahuja's experience and your experience, आप लोगों ने एक idea को implement किया, right? And you're taking it to the masses. Now, is it very difficult for people? First is कि आपको अपने आप को accept करना बहुत important है in life के अंदर, whatever you're doing, right? And आजकल मैं burn victims की सिर्फ बात नहीं करूँ. Of course, our topic is about this. We want to talk about, address this issue. But in general, acceptance comes from within, first of all. तो वो psychic change करने में ज़्यादा challenge लगता है या procedure करने में? I know both are equally difficult.
This is a catch-22 question. I would say that as I've observed surgeons, they put in their heart and soul in every surgery that is conducted, whether through our foundation or whether in their individual capacities in their own private practices. But the strain on making a person just be able to open their hands again. I'll give you an example. The smallest burn beneficiary in our organization was a 3-year-old baby operated in Manipur. So their hand was deformed, when the baby was able to open their hand and learn those motor skills of holding and grasping something again, suddenly there was joy and life in the eyes of the baby. For me, that was a moment wherein I realized that this catch 22 situation, what is more important is something that our logo has tried to represent. The hands that come like this, the hands are the community support, are the support from everybody around along with the surgical support. So it is a combined effort. It is a combined support that helps the person reform themselves and accept themselves. Imagine a 3-year-old kid has a delayed milestone of not being able to grasp because their hand got burnt and it's contracted. So after the reconstructive surgery, they were able to grasp things. They're able to start learning those social motor skills. Yes, it's a delayed developmental milestone, but just getting that skill back was big for the parents. Was that child might not be able to express it, but years later when the child grows up, something will stay in that child, and that is where the healing bit will come in. If they will go back and remember the trauma of how the accident happened, but they'll also remember that feeling of being able to grasp things. The healing will be more powerful.
This is very heart touching, to be very honest. Like, just to thought of it, like, a small 3-year-old baby has to endure this, and then, and you're absolutely right. In the formative years, में जो आप के साथ जो traumas होते हैं या जो आप feel करते हो, it stays with you. Like, so when once a baby grows up, what a feeling, still, I'm sure it'll leave a scar, like you said, emotional, physical, mental, or whatever you call it, right? But that scar is also, it becomes their identity, and उस identity से भागने की जरूरत नहीं है. It's a scar of victory. Is that correct?
Yes, that is why when a patient comes into our foundation, they are called burn survivors. And after they receive the reconstructive surgery, this is a term that I have coined and I'm very affirmative about using it. It is burn beneficiaries. They are getting benefited out of surgery. They are getting benefited out of the effort that is being put into their treatment. So now, within the 4 years that we have been operational, because 2020, we just established ourselves, and it was from 21 that we started gathering hospital partners and the surgeries began. And today we are about, let's say, touching the 100 mark. And in these 4 years, what I have noticed is that the first thing that happens is the healing. As soon as they know, because I get the phone calls, a lot of recruitment has happened through a number that remains with me, and I talk to them first, and wherein I realize that the healing begins in that first conversation. A simple conversation of them repeating their story, of them repeating the trauma, but at the same time knowing koi hope hai, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. That is why our logo. A lot of people told me that the logo represents a flame. So why the flame? It reminds people of trauma. I said half full, half empty glass. So that is where we are. That it also represents healing. It also represents light at the end of the tunnel to be able to receive that surgery so that their body part can work. They can feel nice about themselves. When they talk to me, I always tell them that I am glad they could reach us. I'm glad that they could take this decision that they want the surgery for themselves or for their child or for their spouse. So that I give them that space. I hold that space for them there and then. Maybe it comes from my training as a psychologist. But with that beginning process of healing first in the conversation and giving them that hope that this will help them, just being functional. Imagine this, you're not able to, one morning you wake up and you're not able to move. How dysfunctional you will feel. Here is a person who has been burnt. There is a body dysfunction that happens to them. Then there are scars. And then there is the fact that they are not normal anymore. They are not perceived normal. They're normal, but they are not perceived normal. And that plays on their self acceptance. That
Right.
plays on their self esteem. That doesn't make them feel confident and worthy. So, in that initial conversation that I have with them, I always try to build up a sense of that they're capable, they're there, and we'll help them and support them through. That's why the CSR program that I've arranged in the foundation is one burn survivor is equal to one employee. So if we get a CSR funding, how do they benefit? It is not only doing jazzy CSR events and calling this celeb or that celeb. For me, it is that if one individual, one employee becomes a social support for the burn survivor through their journey of being treated, and even after that supporting them through just making them feel that they're a part of society and somebody is there to talk to them, we are creating a support system, we are creating a community, and we are creating that healing that goes beyond the books and goes beyond what we can really offer.
You guys are the real celebrities here. You're the people, you're the change makers. That's what I like to call it. And it's a wonderful thing what you guys are doing. And I'm so glad. But I just wanted to ask you one thing. I'm like, whenever I've spoken to you earlier also, separately also, right? It's all of us, like, we're just getting started. Why you stuck with that tagline, or maybe, because you already spend like 5 साल हो गए आप लोगों को ये काम करते हुए. And of course, you and Dr. Ahuja spend more than, I mean to say, the foundation को 5 साल हो गए, but you have been doing it like lifetime, right? So why do you always say that we're just getting started?
Let's go back to what you introduced the foundation as. India is the burn capital of the world.
Okay.
We have the largest population. Accidents happen every day. Trauma in emergency care is something that India is also grappling with. And with burns, if today we have 24 hospitals, we have treated 100 patients.
Mhm.
Look at the number of population, look at the number of cases that we haven't reached. Look at the number of areas we haven't reached. We have only reached first tier and second tier cities, that also not at a big scale. Because for the big scale, the funding is required.
Good.
The donations are required, and the support from the right organization and channels is required to build that kind of community and system around it. So, saying that why we are only getting started, because this is just a drop in the ocean. And I have seen my father through so many years, through 25, 30 years, advocating burn awareness, and in all of this, advocating having a heart in being a surgeon.
On surface level, you might feel कि आप सिर्फ एक surface को scratch कर रहे हो, or it's a drop in a bucket or on an ocean, whatever you call it. But at least किसी ने तो start किया. Generally, it's said, I'm like, if you were following a routine or you trying to bring some instrumental changes in your life, right? People always say the first step is the most difficult. I'm so glad that at least you guys took that step. And even if you just can touch the heart and heal 1% of the population, that 1% is grateful to you, people, right? And that's fantabulous, to be very honest.
So I'll give you a little background. Dr. Ahuja and I, it's a legacy that I share with him. We are from the same school, Mont School, Barakhamba Road. And also the family that we come from has always emphasized on being empathetic, humanistic, and more involved in community building and making a difference. My grandfather, Dr. B.B. Ahuja, was a dermatologist and a pioneering dermatologist in the city in the 80s and the 70s. So, with that background and understanding that how much of connection is required with people, my father has always been a very altruistic person. Altruistic in ways that, as a teacher and as even in his profession, he has given so much to the profession. When it came back to setting this organization up, at the heart of it is something bigger than himself.
Right.
That feeling that why it should be started, why it should be done. There was nobody else who could have envisaged it the way he has envisaged it right now. And it is about when Smile Train began, it began with just a similar drive, a similar mission. Today, the Smile Train is the biggest organization for cleft lip and palate.
Correct. Yes.
Similarly, our organization, it began with that drive and mission. The drive and mission to be able to provide reconstructive surgery to underprivileged patients. Earlier, we used to call it poor patients. In a lot of our earlier social media posts, you'll find poor patients being mentioned. But through the entire process, I realized that saying the word poor is not enabling them.
It's good.
Underprivileged, yes, because that is why they are not able to reach to surgeons, they're not able to reach to medical care. And in a country like ours, wherein we are just grappling, still grappling at a very grassroots level for Roti Kapra Makan, with Roti Kapra Makan and Wi-Fi, let me add that. So,
Yeah.
in a country like this, we are actually in a position to make a difference. And this difference that we have begun is now at a crucial stage wherein it requires to be reached out to more and more people. If there are helping hands, there are also helping thinking hands that we have. The two of our team members, Mr. Ashish Gilani, who is a seasoned media person, and our social media head, Mr. Shashank Mendiratta, a young chap joined with us with only one thing, that Dr. Huja's vision and mission is something that needs to be scaled up. Four of us cannot do it alone. That's why we're sitting across and talking about it.
Like your logo, you said the hands thing, right? So it's a community which you're building, right? And everybody has to join hands together to bring this forward. I'll say I'm like it's a foundation which is healing people, but I think more than the foundation, I would say it's a movement, right? And it's a movement which started in Dr. Ahuja's mind 8 years back.
Years back, it was something he was passionate about
About.
because he comes from that legacy of giving, of being empathetic.
That's in your roots also, right? When you come from the family of doctors, in any social cause या कोई भी आप जो कहते हैं ना कि अच्छा काम करने के लिए ना नियत साफ होनी चाहिए, है ना? And I think doctors, I'm like, they have that thing, right? I mean, they could be cutthroat surgeons, people say that you don't attach with your patient, be emotionally indifferent, maybe, because that helps you with surgery and everything. जो myth है, or maybe, what I've seen or read or know about. But then I think patient care is more about emotional care, है ना? मतलब आप जो बंदा एक सर्जरी से बैठा हुआ है वो ऑलरेडी सफर कर रहा है ना? एंड जब वो ओपीडी में जाने से पहले जब अपने बेड पे होता है, फैमिली वाले होते हैं, डॉक्टर आता है और डॉक्टर आगे कॉन्फिडेंस में ये बोलता है ना, ए यंग चैप, हाउ यू फीलिंग, राइट, यू रेडी, एंड ही सेज विद अ स्माइल, एंटायर माइंडसेट बदल जाता है, आदमी का डर निकल जाता है. एंड इज दैट समथिंग आपने जो देखा है, आपने अपने सामने ऐसा होता हो?
अब मैं बताती हूँ, जिस डॉक्टर जनरेशन की आप बात कर रहे हैं, वो कहीं ना कहीं आज ड्विंडल हो रही है, बिकॉज द मेडिकल प्रोफेशन एज सच has become, there's high burnout amongst the doctors, there's high stress because they're responsible for lives, they're responsible to live out their own livelihood. In all of that, patient care is becoming mechanical. But yes, there are doctors with that philanthropic and empathetic heart, like our partner hospitals who have joined us, to be able to give that kind of care. So we have a lot of doctors who are private practitioners as plastic surgeons and burn surgeons. Few of them have reported back to me that if there's a burned individual sitting next to somebody coming in for their Botox, that Botox person is not that comfortable sitting. And that, my friend, is my actual work and challenge. Removing that stigma and removing that moment of hesitation of a so-called normal person coming in for an aesthetic procedure. They are not able to accept someone who's deformed sitting next to them. High, low, whatever. Humanness. They're not able to accept the humanness of another person. That is my work in the foundation. To be able to create that empathy within people, to accept others as they are, with or without their scars. And if there are scars, acceptance has to come more so for that.
I'm not sure it's a society ने हमें ऐसा बना दिया या हम by default ऐसे थे या upbringing में है या क्या, I'm not sure. I'm generalizing this statement right now. What I've realized is कि हर चीज, you can't change the perspective of everyone, but if you can change one mind, one heart, you can change entire household, and then you change the entire community and the world. The gravity of it, the sincerity of it, and all of it is like very entangled into the space. So I just want you to understand, like, so there's a lot of NGOs. So first of all, I would want to understand like what sets your NGO apart. You told me about the lives you're touching and things you're doing, right? But what is the USP factor for you That's one part of my question. And sorry, I'm going to add another one to it. And what is the operating model, the entire thing?
First of all, the USP is that we are providing reconstructive surgery to underprivileged burn patients. Most of the NGOs working in post-burn care area are only focusing on the social rehab of different kinds of victims like acid attack victims or chemical burns or electrical burns. Herein, we are taking that plunge to be able to deal with all kind of burn injuries possible, whether it is an acid attack survivor, whether it's a chemical burn survivor or an industrial burn survivor. So whatever deformities anybody has and loses out their financial ability to provide for themselves in terms of getting the surgery done, we are there. That is what our USP is, along with providing them that psychosocial healing that we have been talking about. And the second part of your question to answer, what is our model? Our model is a model that Dr. Ahuja really thought about during COVID on how to design it and what it should entail. So the first part was to be able to collect all the possible burn surgeries, index them, saying that, okay, 200 plus or nearly 300 that he has compiled as within the foundation, saying that these are the possible surgeries at this scale and giving them a economic number, a cost number. So how does this cost come around? This cost covers the basic OT charges of any basic hospital, tertiary care hospital. So our model turns around to be that a hospital A should be a tertiary care facility wherein there's an ICU setup and there are other multidisciplinary specialities working alongside a plastic surgery and burn department existing there. And the person who signs the MOU has to obviously be a plastic surgeon and burn surgeon with credentials that Dr. Ahuja verifies and shares in his peer circle and is mostly aware about who is what and where they have been trained from, because he's India's one of best known teachers today in DNB and MCH as well. So going with that gravitas of his teaching experience, he's able to vet the doctors. Then we get an MOU signed with the hospital. It's not with the doctor, it's with the hospital, because the hospital needs to be paid for their service and the doctor is only a facilitator, like a psychologist is a facilitator in changing a person's mindset. Here this burn surgeon is a facilitator in providing the surgery and having the connect with the hospital for us. So then we sign an MOU with them. The MOU entails that, okay, according to the Schedule 1, which is the pre-decided number of surgeries and their economic value, they'll be paid. And how they are paid is that Dr. Ahuja decides first that whether it will be beneficial for an underprivileged person to go through surgery, because sometimes, please understand this comes from the medical knowledge and the side of it. They know that maybe surgery is not going to help the person at all, and spending that money on somebody and then saying कि ये surgery successful नहीं हुई is again traumatic for everybody involved.
Absolutely, I'm like in alignment with you on this, right? I'm sorry, first of all, to cut in between, but जो आपने बात बोला ना कि जब वो हील ही नहीं हो सकता, राइट? तो आप अननेसेसरी क्यों ऑपरेट कर लो बंदे के ऊपर, राइट?
हमें नंबर्स नहीं बढ़ाने फाउंडेशन के, हमें उसकी मदद करनी है जिसकी मदद करके उसकी जिंदगी में मदद हो सके।
करेक्ट।
ये भी एक यूएसपी है हमारी। हम यहाँ पे नंबर्स बढ़ाने के लिए नहीं है। हाँ, हमें नंबर्स टच करने हैं, हमें लोगों तक पहुंचना है जिनको जरूरत है, लेकिन ऐसे नहीं बढ़ाने।
मतलब नंबर्स गेम नहीं है आप लोग
हाँ।
ये, मतलब आइडली क्या है ना कि यार मतलब मैंने एक बंदे को हील किया, 2 बंदों को हील किया, 3 बंदों को हील किया, ये मेरी रेस नंबर की नहीं है, मेरी हीलिंग की रेस है ना? मतलब दैट्स राइट वे, हाँ?
That's a nice way to put it, Aditya. But usme, then the next process in our model is that there's a pre-op and post-op version wherein we give all our hospital partners an MOU to sign. And after the MOU, we give them an induction form for the patient, wherein all the patient details are taken, and these forms are taken, wherein we take the permission from the patient, the consent from the patient, that their pictures and videos will be used for social media to create the awareness that we want to create. And also, along with that, their documentation of their photographs and everything will be kept with us as our records to be used for further research, or to be even used to
एजुकेट
take
पीपल
people
एक
and
तरह से केस स्टडी बन जाता है ना
case study.
हाँ ऑफ कोर्स डॉक्टर आहूजा का एक्सपीरियंस अपने आप में प्रोफाउंड है आपका एक्सपीरियंस अपने आप प्रोफाउंड है एंड अदर elite doctors or the doctor community right everybody has their own set of experiences and of course वो रिपोजिटरी क्रिएट करना बहुत ज़रूरी है जनरली अगर फ्यूचर में कोई ऐसा नहीं सेम केस रिपीट नहीं होगा बट अगर कोई सक्सेसफुल सर्जरी हो तो यू हैव अ बेंचमार्क टू look at right I mean you get quick solution
मैं एक अपनी ऑब्जर्वेशन बोलती हूँ, शायद डॉक्टर्स मेरे साथ अग्री करे या ना करे, नो टू सर्जरीज आर द सेम,
हाँ definitely
no two people are the same, no two surgeries are the same. Maybe the in theory they can be same, एक step दूसरा step. Similarly, जब हम अपने हॉस्पिटल पार्टनर्स को ये फॉर्म्स देते हैं, उनके साथ हम रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं उनको कि वो एक वीडियो शूट करे ऑफ द पेशेंट, जिससे हमें पेशेंट की जर्नी, कि वो क्यों नहीं अभी तक अपनी रिकंस्ट्रक्टिव सर्जरी करवा पाए, उनको हमारी फाउंडेशन के बारे में पता कैसे लगा, और वो आगे क्या होप करते हैं सर्जरी के बाद, वो क्या करना चाहते हैं। हम ऐसी हमेशा एक वीडियो लेते हैं, विच अगेन इज मोर फॉर आवर कम्युनिटी बिल्डिंग, फॉर आवर पार्टनरशिप, बट व्हाट आई लर्न थ्रू दैट वीडियो, द empathy, the bhav that comes in that, of the person speaking about their own journey. Again, I see that when they are speaking at that moment before getting the surgery
done
and after the surgery, because after the surgery, there is an exit patient form that we want our partner
course.
hospitals to fill, because all that documentation medical legally is required even for foundations running in the healthcare system. So we have all our processes in place. But if you ask, the main core of the model is what Dr. Ahuja established, saying that a burn surgery, in all the clinical experience of it, can only be decided after few months of the result setting in, the skin healing and everything. So initially, we had kept a target of 6 months, that 6 months after surgery, on the receiving of the pictures and the videos from our partner hospitals, they will be given money as per this schedule that is created of all the surgeries. But in 1.5, 2 years of operation, and our early partner hospitals, the first 10 hospitals that we had, because they were equally well established surgeons, just like my father, they said in one of our meetings, our regular meetings, they said that, sir, 6 months is a very long period. Why not let's start looking at 3 months?
मतलब मैं आपसे पूछने लगा था क्योंकि मेडिकल केयर इट्स नॉट चीप
No.
एंड ऑफ कोर्स आपने जो फंडिंग की बात भी करी थी स्टार्टिंग में कि पीपल नीड टू कंट्रीब्यूट और मे बी सपोर्ट अ कॉज डोंट जस्ट टॉक अबाउट इट काइंड ऑफ राइट हाँ एंड मैं आप जो बोल रहे थे मेरे को आई डिडंट वांट टू कट यू बट मेरे को ना ऐसे मेरे को खुद क्वेश्चन हो रहा था कि ये 6 महीने ज्यादा नहीं है क्योंकि आजकल एवरीथिंग इज अबाउट मनी है ना मतलब ऑफ कोर्स पैसे के बिना तो काम हो ही नहीं सकता ना लाइफ में बट आई थिंक 6 मंथ्स इज सुनने में लगता है कि बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम है पर मुझे लग रहा है कि आप अगर पेशेंट की साइड पे हो या आप डॉक्टर की साइड पे तो आपको लगेगा 6 महीने तो बहुत कम है
कंसिडरेशन,
है ना
यही कंसिडरेशन थी उस टाइम. We listen to our hospital partners. We listen to the people who are working with us. So Dr. Ahuja then said, okay, we'll review the quality of the surgery done after 3 months. And then if it fits in with all the criterias, the medical criterias, then we'll release the money to the hospital. We had to win the trust and the camaraderie of our hospital partners as well.
Correct.
The surgeons that are at the face of it know Dr. Ahuja, know us, know the foundation, know the work. But the hospitals as structures, as how the medical community now has become more corporate, more business-like, needs the money and needs the flow to happen.
Right.
So to keep everybody happy, we made this little change. By making this little change, few incidents have happened wherein the surgery didn't go that well, and the foundation hasn't paid. But at the same time, the surgeons who clinically understand all of this have come back and appreciated that yes, maybe it didn't work. They tried their best, it didn't work. But it happens. The model and the system of our foundation is very transparent and is open to suggestions from our partner hospitals, and is also, if we get more funding, is also open to revision. I'll give you an analogy of our system. It's like the Ayushman Bharat card that is there in India.
Yeah.
That for each surgery there's a fixed amount set.
Which is
So
paid,
which is paid
government sponsored.
government sponsored.
Yeah.
Similarly, for our foundation, each type of surgery that can be there under the sun, we might have missed something. If somebody points that out to us, we'll include that. But whatever we have included for now, the price is kept with that system in mind, that it is a universal system.
आपने एक कैनवस या एक अम्ब्रेला क्रिएट किया है जिसके अंदर प्राइस इज सेट because anyways you're serving the underprivileged people. Privileged people can always have the luxury to afford it, right? It's an underprivileged segment of the society which you're catering to, and of course the funds are tight there. तो आपने उसको इकोनॉमिकल किया.
अंडर प्रिविलेज क्यों हो जाते हैं? क्योंकि इमीडिएट बर्न केयर में इन अ प्राइवेट सेटअप और इवन इन अ गवर्नमेंट सेटअप बहुत सारा पैसा जाता है. If you get burnt and you have significant burns at a third degree burn or a second degree burn, the recovery and the treatment is expensive, whether in private or in a government hospital. But in private, it is extremely high. And for a government setup, whatever the government hospital can provide, they provide. But more than that, what is required, the medicines that are required to be bought, the nutrition that is, the nutritional support that is required to be given, the long stay. Because a long stay is not only the patient is staying in the hospital for free, आपकी फैमिली का आना जाना, उनके सारे डेली खर्चे.
Correct.
So it is economically burdensome. A burn injury is economically burdensome on the entire family's ecosystem. Please understand that the gravity of why we say that it is just a drop in the ocean is because of this reason. Whether a very rich person or a very poor person, the point comes when they're not able to fund their treatment.
प्राइवेट हेल्थ केयर बहुत ज़्यादा बेटर है एज कम्पेयर टू गवर्नमेंट हेल्थ केयर, बट आई डोंट बिलीव इन इट. अच्छे डॉक्टर तो हर जगह ही है, राइट? आप बस हीलिंग होनी चाहिए सबसे बात. तो आपके हिसाब से आपका नेटवर्क कैसा है इस सिनारियो में अभी? आप आर यू विद जस्ट प्राइवेट पीपल और द गवर्नमेंट पीपल? और
According to Indian laws, per se, and my understanding of it, it might be a very microscopic understanding for now. We cannot partner with government hospitals
ओके.
because the doctors there are paid by the government, and वहाँ पे तो treatment already more or less free हो ही रहा है.
मतलब वो
हाँ.
एनीवेज इट्स काइंड ऑफ सब्सिडाइज्ड.
Subsidized.
हाँ हाँ.
तो हमारे पास ऑप्शंस बचती हैं प्राइवेट हॉस्पिटल्स and independently owned nursing homes to be partnering with, where there are burn surgeons already working. So in that scenario, yes, like I said earlier, that all our partner hospitals are individuals, doctors are individuals who have the same philanthropic heart, and their institutions have agreed to be a part of this charitable cause because they believe that doing this charity is getting them connected to the community and also is good for their own reputation.
That you can't partner with the government institutions. Not sure if the law allows it or not, but I think healthcare वहाँ पे subsidized है. तो आपके थ्रू अगर मान लो कोई चीज़ सस्ती है, अगर वो और थोड़ी सी इकोनॉमिकल हो जाए तो can't we reach bigger masses? मतलब अंडर प्रिविलेज के तो कोई प्राइस टैग नहीं है ना, मतलब उनका तो पॉकेट तो.
अब इस केस में अब आप एक ऐसे समझो, जो ये नेटवर्क्स बनने होते हैं और ये जो सिस्टम्स होते हैं, अगर इन हॉस्पिटल्स लाइक लेट I am not afraid to say these names, whether it's AIMS, Safdarjung, or even where my dad worked, made the department, Lok Nayak Hospital. If doctors here know about our foundation and their brunt of work, we can share. We are more than happy to share. that they send us patients जो उनके rosters में नहीं आ सकते. Please understand, government hospitals के
Are packed.
rosters are packed.
Correct.
It takes years and months
Correct.
to get an appointment or to get a surgery scheduled. And अगर किसी का नहीं हो पा रहा है and they route to us, and if we are able to help, if we are able to send them to a partner hospital for surgery, इसलिए मैंने पहले क्या बोला कि it's a drop in the ocean. We are not there in every city. We are not there in every locality. अभी भी हमारे सर्वाइवर्स जब हमें कॉल करते हैं उनको ट्रैवल करना पड़ता है, वो भी उनके लिए कॉस्ट होती है जो वी आर ट्राइंग टू refund for them. But again, it feeds into, if we have the community support in terms of donations and funding, if a CSR program supports us, then we'll be able to take care of these little pinpoints. I call them pinpoints because these are important things. अगर किसी को 100 किलोमीटर जाने के लिए 500 रुपए लगते हैं ना सेकेंड टियर सिटी, वो ये सोचता है मैं प्री ऑप के लिए क्यों जाऊं. आजकल जैसे मैंने कहा रोटी कपड़ा मकान और वाईफाई, वो कहता है अच्छा मैं आपको एक पिक्चर लेके भेज देता हूँ, लेकिन वो क्या पिक्चर हम कहीं प्रेजेंट कर सकते हैं जब तक वो पिक्चर एक प्रॉपर सेटअप में ना ली जाए, जब तक डॉक्टर क्लिनिकली उस पेशेंट को एग्जामिन ना कर ले कि वो सही है कि नहीं, तब तक वो एक चीज बैठती नहीं है सिस्टम में. लेकिन चैलेंजेस है.
अभी कोविड आया था, है ना? मतलब इट्स बीन अ व्हाइल एंड ऑफ कोर्स आई डोंट वांट टू टॉक अबाउट इट, बट स्टिल तो कोविड के अंदर भी मतलब देयर लॉट ऑफ स्कैरसिटी कि मतलब मेडिकल our system got challenged, I would say, है ना? अभी जैसे अब ये बहुत सारी apps हैं, I don't want to take this medical apps where you can get a consultation online. ठीक है, वीडियो कंसल्टेशन हो जाता है या फिर आप अपना मेडिकल पिक्चर भेज दे, जो आपने बात बोली मैं उसी से कनेक्ट कर रहा हूँ. बर्न का केस ऑफ कोर्स इट्स वेरी डिफरेंट कि आपको उसमें आके फिजिकल एग्जामिन करना पड़ेगा. इन अ वे आई थिंक कि कहीं ना कहीं थ्रू दैट पिक्चर ऑल्सो जो लोग नहीं ट्रैवल कर सकते, जो 500 रुपये बचाना चाह रहे हैं जिंदगी के अंदर, उनका पिक्चर से काम बन जाए तो इतना भी बुरा नहीं है, राइट? मतलब
इतना भी बुरा नहीं है, लेकिन फिर बात ये होती है कि वो जो पिक्चर क्वालिटी आती है हमारे पास, या वो एक सेंस ऑफ चीज़ होती है कि उसका ट्रीटमेंट पूरा हो सकता है कि नहीं. अगर एक डॉक्टर एक पेशेंट को फिजिकली एग्जामिन नहीं कर पा रहा ड्यू टू ट्रैवल चैलेंजेस, तो वो आगे ट्रीटमेंट पूरा कैसे करे, कंप्लीट कैसे करे. कुछ बताना होता है, कुछ सजेस्ट करना होता है, वो एग्जामिन करके ही हो पाता है.
इन पर्सन डायग्नोसिस तो ऑफ कोर्स
इन-
मतलब वो तो बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है ही,
हाँ,
मतलब
तो इसी वजह से एक हम एम्फेसिस करते हैं, एंड ये छोटे छोटे पिन पॉइंट्स होते हैं. अभी तो मैं इस बात पे नहीं पहुंची कि एक बर्न पेशेंट की न्यूट्रिशनल सपोर्ट भी कितनी ज़रूरी होती है. रिसर्च में इतने सारे जर्नल्स में ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड, इफ़ यू सी सर्जरी से ज़्यादा 3 areas where they are talking: psychosocial support, nutrition support, inpatient in the department care support, outside care support. अभी तो हम उस चीज पे पहुंचे ही नहीं है.
बट अगर आपको यू डोंट नीड टू बी डॉक्टर टू सेव लाइव्स, राइट? You can donate for a cause, you can volunteer your skill or maybe your time, or maybe I mean you can do so much to save lives, right? So I just wanted to understand, like, this is the time, this is the moment where I really want our listeners to become part of this story. How can people become part of this foundation? Donate करके, time spend करके या किसी भी तरीके से. How can they become part of your foundation? And how can they contribute for this noble cause?
Where we are today as a foundation, the paramount thing is receiving donation and funding. Yes, by saying that, I wouldn't discount the real need for volunteers joining, understanding the cause, and being ambassadors of the cause. This is what I personally, in my capacity, would like to build up: a community of supporters, burn survivor supporters, whom I call survivor supporters in the program, that I would like to enroll if we have enough people from the community coming in as volunteers. It is your skills. It is your skills to be able to listen, to be able to empathize, and also to be able to say that you're there for another person, which is just you being human.
Hmm.
What we need is humans being human and volunteering with us through that, I would like to build something that is not only for the underprivileged people who are living with the scars, but also for the urban people living with their traumatic burn scars. The self acceptance workshops, the art therapy workshops that I have envisioned, and also creating safe healing spaces, because this is a privilege that people in urban areas have to be able to access this. From herein, I would like to take the support of the CSR funding that we receive, or other kind of fundings that we individual donations that we receive, to create these support programs that go beyond not only providing reconstructive surgery, but reach out to anybody in need after going through the trauma of a burn injury, surviving it, healing it, and still finding it difficult to find a space in society. I want to hold that space for people. I want to hold that little corner wherein, even after you are from a privileged background, what we talked about in the beginning, self acceptance,
Correct.
building that self acceptance within people
Mm.
through bringing other people together. This is a really big vision and mission within the organization that I have in my heart. And maybe this is the first time I have openly and publicly spoken about it. But looking ahead, with all our registrations in place, we are a trust deed NGO. We have our ATG, which gives you a 50% tax rebate, and we are registered with the Darpan government NGO portal as well. And now we are also registering ourselves with the foreign funding, because I strongly believe that if the support from within our country is a little less, maybe outside, for whatever more better reasons of understanding that they value altruism and giving and charity a little more in their way of working, we'll be able to receive funding. I'm not discounting the power of Indians, billions of us, even if we start receiving in whatever capacity somebody wants to pay 10 rupees. Well,
No, I'm saying like if everybody, इतना population है हमारा, अगर हर इंसान 1 रुपया भी दे दे,
1 रुपया भी दे दे,
तो
जो भी दे दे,
हम्म,
लेकिन अगर ज़्यादा देना चाहता है, 5000 से ज़्यादा देना चाहता है, तो भई आप हमारी वेबसाइट पे आइए, आप डोनेशन फॉर्म फिल कीजिए। डोनेशन फॉर्म फिल करने का यही हमारा कारण है, क्योंकि द गवर्नमेंट रिक्वायर्स अस टू टेक योर पैन कार्ड एंड आधार कार्ड डिटेल्स, दैट हेल्प्स अस कीप आवर फाइनेंसेस एंड एवरीथिंग इन चेक, दैट फ्रॉम वेयर वी आर रिसीविंग द मनी।
आपने इंटरनेशनल फंडिंग का एस्पेक्ट ऑलरेडी टच कर दिया, सीएसआर आपने टच कर दिया, एंड ऑल एवरीथिंग इज इंपॉर्टेंट। आई थिंक द पीपल अक्रॉस द ग्लोब है ना, जो जो लोगों की मदद करना चाहते हैं, एंड दे हैव स्पेयर फंड्स एंड व्हाटएवर, ठीक है, व्हिच इज वेरी गुड। अब नाउ आई वांटेड टू आस्क अबाउट द ट्रांसपेरेंसी ऑफ इट। आपने मुझे बोला कि गवर्नमेंट का मैंडेट है दैट यू नीड टू हैव पैन, आधार एंड ऑल दैट स्टफ, राइट? तो जनरली क्या होता है कि अभी भी क्या मतलब लॉट ऑफ बोगस थिंग व्हिच हैपेंस आल्सो, है ना? एंड आई एम नॉट क्वेश्चनिंग एनीथिंग, बट ऐसे है, बट मे बी स्टिग्मा है, आई एम नॉट श्योर, मे बी ऑन सरफेस लेवल होता भी होगा, ठीक है? तो आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आप लोग, हाउ डू यू गाइज आर ट्रांसपेरेंट इन टर्म्स ऑफ द वॉट एवर डोनेशंस यू आर गेटिंग? आप उसकी स्पेंडिंग को कैसे अपने कम्युनिटी को, अपने फंडर्स को दिखाते हो कि द मनी इज वेल स्पेंट?
See, everything is because we are paying directly to the hospital in the hospital account. So, through our NGO registered bank account, everything is traceable today. And more than being traceable, we keep our track records. That is why the documentation, which is a very important part of our model, at every stage there is documentation that a patient came in, they were treated. The hospital raises an invoice as per the schedule, and on the basis of that invoice, after 3 months, if the surgery is successful and it settles in for the patient, the money is paid. So everything is traceable, and we have all the accounts available. बट जो आप कह रहे हो बोगस, यस, बोगस चीजें बहुत हुई हैं हमारी कंट्री में. द गवर्नमेंट हैज बिकम स्ट्रिक्टर, and NGOs these days don't get their ADG certificates and their foreign licensing certificates without a very strict protocol being followed now. And even for us, we had to wait in, we had to have all our compliances filled in to be able to apply for it. And as we have applied for it, because everything was transparent, all our bank statements and everything were right there for them to see. Along with that, the videographic proof that we provided, the photographic proof of the work that we are doing. So that transparency is paramount. And that's something that I very much value in a working system that we have. And I would like to continue that even further on as I take the foundation ahead, because this is what makes another USP, the integrity around.
Without integrity, I mean, if you're not honest, if you're not sincere, right? So I think the charity, people say charity begins at home, right? I think it's not at home. Home is here, right? No, it begins in your heart, right? And you're made that way, right? Some people are naturally givers, some people are naturally seekers. And this is a very good thing. Like, transparent hona bahut important hai. I wanted to check one thing is ki, okay, the money is well spent. Healing process bhi ho raha hai. आपके पास डॉक्यूमेंटेशन है, वीडियो प्रूफ्स है. आई ऑल्सो वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड कि यार आपको कभी पुशबैक मिलता है जो पेशेंट्स हील हो जाते हैं, राइट? एंड ऑफ कोर्स आप कितनी भी कंस्ट्रक्टिव सर्जरी कर लो, इट्स नॉट 100%. यू कांट बी, गॉड मेड यू इन अ सर्टेन वे, you can't just change the dimensions of it. Of course, there are a lot of surgeries are happening these days and things can be enhanced or whatever. But I want to understand कि लोग अपनी स्टोरी शेयर करने से पहले हिचकिचाते हैं. कभी आपको चैलेंज फेस होता है कि उनका माइंडसेट, लोग पब्लिकली दे आर अफ्रेड कि जनरली हम वैसी स्टिग्मा बना हुआ है, वी फील अशेम्ड, राइट? अगर थोड़ी सी डिफॉर्मिटी होती है तो आप ना आउटकास्ट कर दिए जाते हो सोसाइटी से. बट अबाउट दीज सर्वाइवर्स और बेनिफिशरीज, द टर्म यू सेड, are they very vocal about it? Because they should be. I'm like, no.
No, they are not empowered. वो भी मेरा एक पर्सनल मिशन है,
That's
to empower them in first accepting themselves. And उस empowerment के चलते हुए एक इंसान को आप empower कब कर सकते हो? जब वो अपने आप को उतना वर्दी समझता हो to be empowered. पहले तो वो चल फिर पाए, पहले तो वो अपने आप को खुद देख के बोले हाँ मैं ठीक हूँ, ये मेरे साथ हुआ. उस लेवल तक किसी को लाना एक बहुत ही बड़ी जिम्मेवारी है और एक बहुत ही बड़ा चैलेंज भी है. जब ये लोग मुझसे इनिशियली बात करते हैं in the past 4 years, and I'm talking beyond these calls that have turned into surgeries and we have helped people, a lot of burnt women, a lot of burnt young individuals call me and say हमारी ना ये स्कार रह गया, ये हटवा दो. मुझे बहुत उनकी कहानियाँ मैं सुनती हूँ क्योंकि शायद मेरा ट्रेनिंग एज़ अ साइकोलॉजिस्ट पुट्स मी इन दैट थिंकिंग कैप कि सुनना ज़रूरी है. ये भी एक पार्ट ऑफ हीलिंग है. फिर मैं उनसे पूछती हूँ, आप हमसे क्या चाहते हो? हम ये काम नहीं करते. अगर आप प्राइवेट सेक्टर में जाके कराएँगे तो आपके पैसे लगेंगे. हाँ, बहुत ज़्यादा लगेंगे. लेज़र कराने में, इस चीज़ स्कार की रिडक्शन कराने में, ये सारी हम कॉस्मेटिक सपोर्ट नहीं प्रोवाइड करते. लेकिन अगर आपको साइकोलॉजिकल सपोर्ट चाहिए फाउंडेशन से, तो वो हम प्रोवाइड कर सकते हैं. इसलिए जो मैंने कहा, एक मेरा पर्सनल विजन एंड मिशन टू क्रिएट दी सेफ स्पेसेस फॉर बर्न सर्वाइवर्स, वो कैसे क्रिएट हो सकता है? वो इसलिए क्रिएट हो सकता है अगर हमारे पास फंडिंग होएगी और हमारे पास वो एक्स्ट्रा मनी बियॉन्ड व्हाट इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर रिकंस्ट्रक्टिव सर्जरी होएगी, टू वर्क मोर एज एन organization, that we can hire people within our organization. Yes, volunteers, yes. But like you said, that everything revolves around money. Today, if we are visible on social media, that is a cost. Today, if I am sitting across here, my time is a cost vis-a-vis everything.
Right.
Because it's a charity starts at home. For me, it is the truest statement that yes, charity starts at home. And if home is the heart of everything, I am living it. I'm a living statement of that today. That how charity began at home, not only through my father, but earlier through my grandfather. And my mom is also a gynecologist and obstetrician. So she brings lives into the world. She helps women give birth. With all of that, the high sense of altruism and the compassion towards serving humanity. I always say this, that we are a family who's serving people along with themselves. It's not been easy, it's been hard being in the ecosystem wherein it's challenging, wherein we get questions about what is our intention of having a foundation. Well, I would like to answer it. The intention is what we can do, nobody else could have the willingness to do it, the guts to do it. We have a man at the helm as a chairperson, Dr. Rajiv Ahuja, who has been a pioneer in his profession. So he had the guts, and then he gave me the same guts to go all guns blazing to create this community around the foundation. Yes, he would say that the medical care and concern is something that I cannot look after, but what I can look after, building the community, building the organization as an organization, and making it at par with international organizations. Because when we go international, we'll receive the support because, again, of his legacy and of his medical work in the field. But what will attract people more? It would be the sense of community that has been created. And how can it be created? If we get the volunteers and if we get people just being human, working for it.
When I'm listening to you and the passion with which you're talking right now, I'm like, I get goosebumps, to be honest. And it's a very I can sense it. I'm like, it's easier said than done, right? I'm like, the challenges, the daily struggles. First of all, the challenge of running a foundation. On top of it, funding and all these aspects are challenges only, right? On top of it, convincing the people to believe in their self worth. एक तो आप समाज को चेंज करना चाह रहे हो और समाज को साथ लेके चलना चाह रहे हो, पर समाज समाज है है ना, वो अपनी मर्जी से चल रहा है. दिस इज ब्यूटीफुल. आई एम लाइक, I don't even have words anymore. I'm like, I'm not sure where we started, what we thought about, we'll talk about. And now I'm like, you've spoken a lot about your father, Dr. Rajiv Ahuja, right? And spoken about the other two people you mentioned. I just want to understand like more about you. I know I'm like, I know we wanted to speak about the foundation and the good work you're doing, and we wanted to create awareness through this medium. In a way, you say that your father's at the helm of it, but it seems like you're the backbone of it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for saying that. If you want to know a little bit more about me, I'm a psychologist, trained psychologist. I have my own independent practice, and I am working with other mental health organizations and with AI based organizations today in different capacities as a board. I'm on the board of these organizations, and I'm also building something that I feel that is very crucial. I'm building a safe space. No, not even a safe space. I'm sorry. I said it somewhere that if spaces are supposed to be safe, that we are failing as a society. जो अभी आपने बोला, समाज को साथ लेके चलना, लेकिन समाज तो समाज है ना. वहाँ पे I am creating a point wherein I am standing. I'm standing at this juncture with my training as a psychologist, with this foundation, and not trying to create a change, but just trying to create awareness, an awareness within people that it is possible to be kind, compassionate, and human, but at the same time to be responsible about it and to be authentic about it. My only purpose is to promote authenticity through whatever I do professionally, personally, and also practice what I preach. If today I'm talking about it, I have been trying to inculcate it in my life at a very minuscule level. Yes, being a psychologist, you have less friends, you have lesser people whom you want to interact with. But there are people who are authentic to me, and I'm authentic to them. And I've been able to build it up because my parents have supported me through that. And again, I've received support from the community, from friends, and from like minded people to understand that the profession that I chose, the space that I choose to now be working in different capacities, has to be held authentically and honestly.
One thing, when you said that, you might have less friends or maybe of that sort, I think you make friends every day with every consultation. No. in a way. I'm like, of course, doctor, patient confidentiality, and
Yeah.
boundaries and everything. But kahin na kahin, you become integral part of everybody's life you touch.
I would like to see it like in another way. They're integral in themselves. They're sharing it with me. And that's a privilege that I recognize even through the work that I do for the foundation. Like I said, it is not only the burn survivors in need for surgery, they're just people who are in need to somebody to listen, somebody to talk to, and share कि उनके साथ क्या हुआ. I have I get these calls wherein these individuals just want to be heard. एंड देन आई से आपको हमसे क्या चाहिए? बस हमें ये समझना था कि हमारे साथ जो हुआ वो क्यों हुआ? You realize your responsibility right there in conversations like these. Every time I am in a one-on-one with a client, I'm just humbled. The humanness of it humbles me every time, knowing that it's a privilege that I have been given to interact with another person. Yes, there are skill sets required. There has been years of training behind it. But when you're humbled in that moment, nothing but being thankful and grateful for where you are comes.
Sara Foundation, I think it's about effective listening. सुनने की क्षमता होना बहुत ज़रूरी है और शायद लोग सुन लेते तो ये वर्ल्ड में जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट चल रहे हैं वही खत्म हो जाते हैं शायद बट हु एम किडिंग हाथ की 5 उंगलियां बराबर नहीं होती तो इंसान कैसे होगा आई टोटली एग्री विद यू आई एम लाइक द लिसनिंग पार्ट ऑफ इट एंड इट्स अ गॉड गिफ्ट आई वुड से नाउ आई एम कंसिडरिंग इट एज अ गिफ्ट not an attribute or not a skill. I think people have to learn this back. They have to unlearn कि मैं बोलूँ अपनी बात आगे करूँ उसको छोड़कर इंसान को सुनना पहले सीखना चाहिए. This is profound. I'm so impressed. You guys come from a family of doctors, family of healers, and you are trying to create a different family altogether through this NGO, right? And this is absolutely splendid. I would urge everyone, who is watching this podcast, to just go to your website, read about you guys, the work you're doing, and contribute. I'm not saying just donate. Donate कर दो बहुत अच्छा लगेगा किसी का भला हो जाएगा but just contribute. Give your time. Take one moment. Take one click. It only takes पहले बोलते थे one step. आजकल ये हुए डिजिटल एज में कि one click. Just do one click and read about it and you will be impressed as I am when I read about you and when I've spoken to you about this length. So this is absolutely beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this so much of wisdom, knowledge, and the good work you're doing here. Cool.
Thank you for giving the foundation this space. And this is a prime example of a community being built. So you were able to understand what we do, and you thought it was worthy to go out to a larger audience. And whosoever donates and whosoever comes in as volunteers, gratitude in advance.
I'm sure. I'm like, we're not concluding it as of now. Just wanted to ask one more thing. So I've spoken to you about how people can be associated with you people, right? One way is the donation wala part, which we've already touched upon, the volunteering segment of it, right? And uh, so do people, I'm sure, being in your father's and yours wisdom, they will learn a lot. First of all, पहली बात तो वहीं पे आपको आपकी आत्मा को शांति मिल जानी चाहिए. But apart from that, these days, a lot of foreign education institutions and people, and आजकल लोगों को कुछ लोग जनरली भी करते हैं, कुछ लोग वैसे भी नहीं करते. मतलब एक फेकली करते हैं. तो आप do you provide some sort of a certification, some sort of a training? Is there a foundation course or something?
Oh, yes. The internship program for such kind of individuals who want to go out and study, I personally look after that. It is still in its nascent stages because we need people to join in. How can I say about something that is not working, that is only there on paper, if we have people joining in? So, for these individuals who want to go for higher education or anything, what we can offer is a social media internship or an organization based internship that will allow them to not only understand the workings of the organization, to interact with the doctors, to interact with the patients, and form that synergy between the foundation and these stakeholders to understand how all of that happens, and then become ambassadors and go out to companies to get us the CSR funding. So it's a complete, robust way of working. And if anybody volunteers, their roles would be that managing the social media, communicating through that, and then also to reaching out to companies and CSR programs and the grants that are available. Because in our country, a lot of thing only happens through knowing someone. So you know us.
Yeah.
Now it's time we get to know others.
Yes.
And they get to know about us.
Correct. Yeah, I'm like, through this medium, I hope you guys know what we're talking about, what Burn Healing Foundation is all about, what they have built, what they're building. Like you say, it's just getting started, and you've only scratched the surface of it. So let us join hands, like the logo, right, and work towards this common cause. And I'm sure, you don't have to change the entire world; just change one person, and that person is you. Correct. All right. Thank you so much. It was wonderful talking to you today. And yeah, I'm honored. Thank you for giving me time.
Thank you for the platform, like I said earlier, and I reiterate it. Thank you from the foundation. Thank you from all the burn beneficiaries and our partner hospitals and doctors for letting us share this vision and mission with the world.
Dr. Ahuja lit the flame, and Aarti Ahuja is keeping it alive. Day after day, person by person, program by program, Burn Healing Foundation isn't just an NGO. It's a lifeline to people who have been told they're too broken to be whole again. I hope by the end of the episode, you don't just feel moved, you feel responsible, empowered, and called. So here's your next step. Visit www.burnhealfoundation.com. Learn, donate, volunteer, and spread the word. Be the light someone needs after the fire. Because healing is not just a solo act, it's a community decision. So, this is the Addicted Show. I am Addy, and today we didn't just talk about scars, we talked about rewriting the stories they left behind.